Howdy YouTube neighbors. It's time for another Archetype series. And there's not going to be much of an intro for this one because it is one of the most brain dead easy archetypes there is to pilot in the game, assuming that you get what you need in the very beginning. And if you don't, well, you don't have the archetype, so nice and easy. This is an archetype for Exile Remnant and whichever Hellhorned. Default Hellhorned is probably better, but you can work either way, because the thing that makes this particular archetype run is Welder Helper. If you see Welder Helper in your Exile Remnant run, then you probably have this archetype open to you. Just a quick look. We got Scattershot Daedalus. We've got, what are you? Okay. Looks like we have Safe Word Fell, and we've got Seraph the Diligent. Not my favorite combination of bosses, but nothing particularly challenging. The other piece you're going to need is you are going to need Little Icarus. Anyone who's watched my content before knows how much I love Little Icarus, and this is not the way I usually play him. Okay, well, neither of these are particularly useful to me for the run. Memorial Fund will get me a little bit of gold. I'll go ahead and take Advanced Prototype here. We're not going to get much use out of it, 2 rings at the very most, but it's nice to have a cleanup unit, and I'll explain what I mean by that later. If this were a horde, I wouldn't take it, but it's boons, so I will. We can deal with 10 shards. Spikes 3. And we got lucky. This is the clergy fight. We can take Spikes 3 because I don't anticipate us ever actually taking a swing. Alright, so what we do is we set Fade up on top, and then we put a unit behind him to clean up anything that his spikes don't hit. Okay, we have not yet seen any armor, which is concerning. I'm going to use my Subsuming Blade to get the Collector. Alright, we finally got ourselves some armor. We're going to play the Welder Helper. So now Fade is going to kill all 4 of these gentlemen. And I'm going to take a torch to Welder Helper here, so that I don't get the Ember Drain, and also so that I can Primitive Mold to bring back the Welder Helper for another 20 armor. And this is the game. We just armor up Fade as hard as we can. Alright, we're going to take the Ember Drain here. There's not much we can do about that. I want the kills, otherwise I would drop the explosives bottom floor. We have the space, so we might as well go ahead and get another Welder Helper up in here. 68 armor is always a good time. And we're already up to 19 spikes before the boss on Ring 1, so that is a good time. I'm going to go ahead and kill off this Welder Helper so that we can reanimate a Welder Helper to 83 armor. And reanimate a Welder Helper. I would like to increase my Subsuming Blade damage, but I just don't have enough damage to kill off the Imp, and that's fine. We can live without it for 1 swing. And easy peasy, bacon greasy. We don't get the kill on that one, unfortunately. On the boss, unfortunately, but we get all the other kills. None of these units, none of these cards do anything particularly for me. I'm basically looking for every piece of armor I can get. And speak of the devil, here's some armor. Alright, we are going to swing right, because we are looking for a cleanup unit. It's going to be Horned Warrior here. He's cheaper, less floor space, and he swings twice. which would help to clean up anything that Icarus doesn't immediately kill with spikes. Quick? Absolutely not. Never. We never want quick here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Burnout 1 here. We're eventually going to want to make an endless Burnout Welder Helper, so that we can just keep getting armor over and over and over. Now we'll reroll, see what we get. Large stone. Large stone is not bad here. It still gives us room for one imp. Gives us a very solid cleanup unit. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to hit him with some Rage 7. And if we find a good defensive infusion for him later, all the better. But Fade, almost as always, is our carry unit here. I'm going to go ahead and save my money, I think. Yeah, I'm going to be hitting up a magic shop next, so I'll definitely save my money. Oh, I didn't even look at the temple. I should be doing that. -2. Well, okay. Yeah, pull my arm. Or my finger, whichever. You already pierce. Okay, we don't have to care about that. So we'll keep our shard count low, 25, and go into ring 2. Which conduit? Okay, healers. Ooh, okay, overcharged apprentices. Fade is currently at 25 spikes, so the first couple rounds we're going to need our cleanup unit. We're not going to get the kills, but that's fine. We'll eventually build up. Armor 10 is a good way to lose here. We don't need a unit draft, so we're just going to leave that off. Okay, off to a somewhat good start, I think. 1, 2, 3. And I'm actually going to do this to avoid Ember Drain. Oh, the game just wants me to keep bottom decking my welder helpers. So what we're going to do is 13, 1 damage shield, 2 damage shield, 9. I'm going to hit for 20. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Train Steward mid. The reason I'm going to do that is to soften him up so that Fade can get the kill. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that explosive out of my reform pool. Alright, we are good. Okay, we have no armor, which is a problem. So, Fade is going to get 1 kill here, and then he's going to die. So, what we need to do is we now need to go on defense. I will shoot you, prevent some damage, and we are going to let what's happening up top happen. Not good news for us, but we'll be fine. And then we treat Fade like a solo Fade run, and we just keep elevatoring it. I'm going to Subsuming Blade you. Drop a pair of Train Stewards so that we can get a bunch of damage in on the boss. And we keep the top cleaned up. Yeah, bad draws happen. We are in recovery mode now. Okay, not what we wanted to see. So, what we're going to do... 2, 7... So yeah, worst case scenario, Horned Warrior is absolutely going to paste the boss. So we are just going to kill off the healer and let this floor happen. Alright, we drew a primitive mold, but we don't get Fade. That's fine. At this point, let's just clean up and do better next ring. Bad draws happen. That's Monster Train. Ah, more armor. All's well that ends okay. Our pyre is still untouched. Divine Artifact. I'm going to take the Divine Quarter. I'm not even going to look. Just out of curiosity. Oh, that's funny. That is hilarious, but completely unnecessary, and we already take up too much space. So we're gonna skip here, take the dime. Holdover, you say? Okay, now we're talking. Let's get a holdover in that. I want to get a -1. I don't know that I actually want a -1. What am I looking for in this magic shop at this time? I would like 20 and consume on a torch. And since we're here, we have 25 gold, we might as well make a free primitive mold. Alright. Temple says 30 magic power and a purge. Don't want to buy a purge? I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm still in switch mode. If I want to purge anything right now, it's units. So, we're at 25 shards now. Got 25 there, 50. We're going to make an infusion of some kind for 75. Yeah, we have plenty of opportunities for shards, so there's no need to pick up anything that's not going to immediately help us here. So it's time to check the vent, or the caverns. Fissure. Okay, yeah. Duh, this is easy. Copy a card 5 times. So rather than go for endless welder helpers, we are instead going to spam welder helpers. So that is 5 burnout 1 welder helpers. And this is going to be a good time. We can still make them endless later if we have the opportunity and it makes sense then. But right now, we no longer need it because we have burnout welder helpers. We have lots of them. We have reform. We are now playing on easy mode. I wish there was something I could do about that, but I'm just going to take 10 damage. I'm just going to take, yeah, 10 damage. I didn't know if that was going to do 11 or not. Okay. I can't play the welder helper first, so I will take Ember Drain, and that is fine. Already put some damage into Daedalus. Like seeing it. Nothing of note here, so I'm just going to, rather than consume that torch, I am just going to double torch here. Well, I got 7 welder helpers. Let's see more of them. Here we go. Welder helper, he burns out. And we've got another welder helper for the draw. Where am I subsuming blade at? There we go. Cool. Reform welder helper. Merc welder helper. Reform welder helper. Armor, armor, armor. Subsuming blade does not kill that welder helper, which is unfortunate. But we put our heads together. We can get another welder helper down. We are at 41 spikes already. Welder helper, subsuming blade, welder helper. We're at 111 armor. I feel safe. Go ahead and dropping an explosive here to get rid of that dude. I mean, technically that robs a kill from Fade, but it is what it is. More armor. and charge my Subsuming Blade. No point in charging a Welder Helper, as there's a non-zero chance Welder Helper gets the kill on Daedalus, which is not what I want. Alright. You show me a Transcend Imp with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7 Welder Helpers? I will take your Transcend Imp with 7 Welder Helpers. And there's our Steelworker. We get pretty much everything we want in this ring, which is excellent. I want draw. I want to see Welder Helpers. Alright. Nope. We don't need these guys. That's easy enough. Go ahead and... Okay, keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and make our Steelworker infusion for more armor. If I'd seen... Now, there's a case to be made here. Excuse me. There's a case to be made here for duping the Steelworker and then infusing it. However, here's the counterpoint. Transcend Imp. Alright. Let's get these stews off my train. 50 shards, looking at again. We got 75 here, 85, and then we just need to pull 15 from here and we're gold. If I were to spell chain anything, it would be Fortify, and I'm just not seeing 15 shards for 5 armor. That costs me Ember to get, so let's just go up to Icarus 2 and move on. We got 57 spikes going into next ring, which I do believe is a personal record of mine. Multi-strike, we don't care. Why do we not care? Because it's actually beneficial to us. If we don't kill him with the first set of spikes, we want to kill him with the second set. Okay, not... You're telling me 7 Welder Helpers, I can't draw one in my opening with 6 cards. Well, 5 cards, technically, because one of them is taken up by the champion. And that's fine. There's a case to be made for dropping the Entombed Explosive and softening up our boy here so that he only hits Fade once. But I don't want to clog my reform pool. That being said, there's currently nothing in the reform pool, and I can pull it out with next primitive mold. So, alright. We'll take the case. Did you just swing at nothing? I didn't know they did that. Well, okay. Maybe we should have taken space here. So now we have Welder Helpers and no space to play them, which is fine, honestly. Let's drop one here. Fortify. Fortify. And we're going to pull our explosive out of our reform pool. We're going to miss the collector, which is sad, but it is what it is. Welder Helper. Subsuming Blade. Welder Helper. Up to 80 armor now. Okay, yeah, between 2 hits to the spikes and Fade swinging back, yeah, we have the kill here. We're not going to worry, so we have no need to play anything else. Welder Helper, Subsuming Blade, Welder Helper. Gonna be seeing a lot of that. And might as well go ahead and pull a Welder Helper out. We can redraw him later. Oh boy, here we go. Transcend Imp. Another cool 100 armor. And we're going to pull out of our reform pool. All right. And we're going to do it again. 279 armor. Alright. How do I want to do this? Let's do Welder Helper first. Get another 20 armor down before dropping the Transcendent. Yeah, and we are now unbreakable. Consuming Blade, Welder Helper, and pull another Welder Helper back into my draw pool. Consuming Blade, Welder Helper. Not that it's really needed, but we are good. Rationing Scales. Rationing Scales? It's good for what? 60 gold right here? Nah. I don't think I like the rationing scales here. I think I'll just take the quarter. And there's absolutely nothing I need here. Branding Right does not work with Fade, but Important Work sure does work with 9 imps in our deck, so we'll take that. Alright, so there's a case to be made for removals and possibly Endless, or money in a magic shop. So, if I go to the magic shop, what am I buying? Not much, honestly. I would definitely not mind having a holdover on Important Work, but I have a Transcendent now, and I would like to find Endless for him. So, between that and the removals, we definitely swing left. Alright, let's get these last 2 stews gone. Grab the artifact, because we always were. Friendly units in with armor 5. Okay, on one hand, that is more armor. On the other hand, that puts Welder Helpers out of torch range. I don't have to worry about it with Subsuming Blade, but I've been drawing my Subsuming Blade on turn 3 or later consistently. We are kind of bloated since we're spamming imps. Jackstrips takes kills away from Fade. An Exploding Candle, I don't want kills taken away from Fade. So, yeah, 25 gold here. Run's not giving us much to work with. And quick. Nothing we can use here. Okay. But we got our removals at least, and that ain't bad. Let's do a quick welfare check on Fade. We're at 93 spikes at the beginning of Ring 5. I might hit a personal record this run. Mark of Invasion, more Fade kills, heck yeah. Now, we're in danger of not drawing armor, but we do. Worst case scenario, Steelworker could clean up. And let's get him back in our draw pool. I told you this was brainless. Well, mostly brainless anyway. I had completely forgotten that we still have a Welder Helper that doesn't burn out. That's funny. But he does now. Oh yeah, farm those kills. I don't know that it's Transcendent time yet. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's Welder Helper up. And now I guess it can be Transcendent time. It's 80 armor. Not the greatest, but certainly not bad. And I think I will go ahead and consume a torch. So it's not in my redraw pool. It's going to look like this. 257 armor. Oh, Cloak, you're screwed. You just don't know how bad yet. So I guess for now, let's just get imps back in our redraw. There's a chance we draw back into them. Well. Well. Okay. So I have 153 spikes. I need to hit him 5 times. So I need 14 times 5 is... oh yeah, I have more than enough armor to survive Cloak. So let's just watch it happen. Votavary. You don't say. Votavary's infusion is endless, right? That is a solution for Endless Transcend Imp. When's my next temple? On 7. So I carry Votavary one more ring. And then make the infusion. My deck is already 29 cards. And not much is being consumed out of it because I keep using primitive molds. Which is maybe a thing I should stop doing. I'd have grabbed that molded if I knew Transcendence were going to be part of this run. But I didn't. At least, you know, I'm pretending I didn't since this is my second playthrough through. And I want to play it as though it's my first. Otherwise, it would not really be informative. The absolutely worst case scenario, Transcend Imp into Transcend Imp. An Endless Transcend Imp is, I think, better than one Endless and one not. Yeah. Okay, we're going to skip Votavary here. Tiresome Climb and March of Shields. We definitely are not on the days plan. We want people hitting Fade. And we're not consuming anything. March of Shields is 10 armor. But I honestly don't know if it's worth it. It's one more card that keeps me away from my welder helpers. So we're going to skip here. 10 armor alone is not worth it. All right. First thing we're going to remove is our explosives. And then before I hit the Hell Vent, and I'm definitely grabbing the money here. Or am I? Yeah, I'm definitely grabbing the money. Let's see the caverns before I vent. Okay, no, absolutely not. I cannot clog up my draw any more than it already is clogged. We are on the spam imps plan. Anything that is not an imp is a it is not an imp or a means of killing an imp is a liability. Doop, doop, doop. Yet another Transcend Imp. Yep, we've done everything we need to. We're at 75 shards. We're at Safe Word Fell. Let's get it. Why do you keep doing this to me, Monster Train? Why? Why? I want to hold over my Subsuming Blade. So that's happening. Which gives Fate a kill. Well, I guess Fate already had the kill. Oh boy. Game, you're trolling me now. You are just straight trolling me. Okay. We are in a bit of trouble here. Still going to hold over Subsuming Blade. That is still happening. Armor, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and consume the torch. Game, I have 7 welder helpers. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, boy. So what am I going to draw? Like 5 welder helpers next? Oh, boy. How many welder helpers do we get? We get 3. Which means we're probably going to draw 3 next turn. And because Monster Train currently hates me for some perceived slight, I don't think I'm actually going to clog up my draws right now. There's too many welder helpers I haven't played. Actually, though, now that I think about it, let's play out the welder helpers because I'm likely to redraw Transcend Imps. Neat. Welder helper, Subsuming Blade, welder helper, fortify. And I think I want to wait because I want to draw those Transcendents. Once I start seeing Transcendents, then I'll start. Game. Come on, game. Now I'll start reforming imps. Alright, now we're up to 258 armor. Interesting. Alright. Alright. We're going to scoot up here to reform, and that's going to get a welder helper back in our draw. Or, I mean, we could just put it down. 436 armor. We're already over 200 spikes. This is kind of insane. There's Transcendence in my reform pool, so let's go ahead and... Yep, there we go. Oh, we're not going to redraw them, though. That's a shame. Alright. The murder train just keeps chugging along. Oh, you serious game? Are you serious? Oh, I don't take a Votavary, but do I take a Transcend Imp? What is this seed? What is it? I can't not take a Transcend Imp. It's against my religion. So we're at the point now. We are at the absolute point of insanity where I think that space might actually be more valuable than draw. Yes, that's where we're at. Does this give you hope? No, my Lord and Savior right now is Transcendent. I will take your offerings. Let's see. Removals. Removals are good. But trinkets exist. I think we're going to swing left here. Not bad. Might as well take it. I don't think there's anything I need to -2. No, there's nothing I need to do with anything, honestly. Except, of course, to make an Endless Transcendent. Trinket shop. I like Boon of the Blacksmith, but nothing's getting by Fade. Let's be real. The only thing that gets by Fade is something that just straight up kills Fade. And we're at the point of the game where that is less and less likely to happen. So, let's spin it. I don't know what to say now. I honestly don't. I'm speechless, which is a terrible thing for for a YouTube personality, I guess I'm currently masquerading as to be. But yeah, speechless. This may be the most blessed run of Monster Train I have ever seen. Which kind of makes it hard to show off the archetype like I was wanting, especially when the game keeps doing this nonsense to me, opening ring. Is there a world where we don't play Horned Warrior and we instead go for 40 armor? You have 290 health. I have 216 spikes, and I'm going to kill you on the backswing. And you die immediately. You know, now that I think about it, this might actually be a world in which I play bottom floor. Absolutely. This is not something you usually ever want to do, but we're on a blessed seed, so we might as well act like it. So yeah, we are going to wait on Steelworker. We are just going to take... Oh yeah, 80 armor here. I forgot about Ashes of the Fallen. And we are just going to straight murder everything on the bottom floor. We're going to be flush with cash. I can live without you. So I think we're just going to do... You... Go to 181 armor, turn 2. You burn out. You're endless. I don't want to redraw you because I can't play you, so we'll go ahead and sacrifice you. Drop some more armor down. Right. So, Swimming Blade, where are you? Jesus. 487 armor. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. I'm questioning my sanity. 2, 3. Okay. So first things first. To resurrect a welder helper. Play our Transcendent. Fortify. And Subsuming Blade you so that you die on spikes. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna... Subsuming Blade you. Play Welder Helpers. Let's continue up the Welder Helper Parade. 856 armor. I think Steelworker can honestly stay home today. I don't see a world in which Fade dies to the boss here. $1,280 armor. Yeah, there's no world. 1,680 armor. $1,720. 1760. 1765 is our final score. Oh boy. No. That's another way of killing imps, but no. Bit too risky. Got a magic shop over up in here. Yeah, this is the way we go. Removals. Well, let's look at the magic shop first. Permafrost. Does anything make sense for permafrost? Maybe important work. Trinket shop says nothing I can use here. What's the world armor record at this point? What is the record? Because I'm going for it. That is insane. Okay. Permafrost. Might as well. I have the cash. 20 consume, torch. Nice and easy. -1. Go ahead, -1 a primitive mold. Double stack. Absolutely not. 20 consume a torch. -1 a primitive mold. Vortex is going to get rid of these 2 primitive molds that aren't free. Hellvent. You know what? I honestly think I just want an 8th welder helper. I think I do. So we'll get it. We'll get it. I'm going to purge out some torches. Is it time to say goodbye to the Horned Warrior? No, we took space for him. And he does provide us 9 armor a turn. So yeah, we keep him. Yeah, and we're just going to get rid of these torches that don't consume. Now, let me ask an absolutely insane question. Do we have too many Transcendents? I don't want to live in the world where the answer to that is yes. So we're just going to call it right here. I don't even need this extra money. And yeah. Yeah, I think we're good into diligent. We're going to have to be careful because we still need to kill off our imps. Thankfully, when we get to divinity, she'll do it. He, she, it will do it for us. But in the meantime, we've got fortifies we can feed her. We have primitive molds we can feed her. We have consumable torches we can feed her. We just don't want to have to use these first unless there's no other choice. So, let's get it. Okay, cheeky question. Do we play bottom again? I am looking at 25, 35, 38 damage. And I'm going to have 48 health to start with. It's risky. It's risky, but I don't want to be taking on scourges. So yeah, here's what it looks like. We're going to drop Fade. We're going to feed her. Or are we even going to feed it to her? I don't honestly see the need. The next question. Do we want another 48 armor, or do we want another 9 with some backup in case we see some really bad sharded up stuff later? Problem is, we then have to redraw into Endless Transcendent. It's a pickle. Now, we have some ugly stuff coming up. I would rather it be Transcendent here. Yeah. Then we'll take a bit of 1 point of fire damage. That's just going to have to be okay. Oh man, I totally forgot about these things. Okay, well, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and pluck a shard. And I don't need to consume a fortify yet. Alright, well... what do... Okay, we're finding armor down here for now. I have a cheeky plan. We're going to drop a welder helper up here. Yep, okay. He's going to take a swing. We're going to burn you out. Welder helper. And welder helper. Cool. And we're good. Now we're going to take some member drain from that, but that's fine. Alright. Alright. We finally have our important work. But I'm going to feed her a primitive mold first. What's the plan? 1. I don't want to consume that yet. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Welder helper, welder helper. Transcendent. And subsuming blade. So that I redraw Transcendent next turn. Okay. Cute. Alright, I will feed you my consumable torch. we keep the armor going. And since I got it, I might as well go ahead and put down another Welder Helper. These shards are just chipping away at me, but you know what? We'll deal with it. Okay, I cannot play you twice. Okay, neat. Go ahead and put him down now. Consuming blade. $3,258 armor. Let's get it. Alright. Divinity should be a lot easier. Should be. There's any number of draws that can make our life complicated, though. Let's be real. And as luck would have it, we generate exactly enough armor per turn to keep up with the sweep, so go us. We're going to go ahead and import and work so that we have enough to play our Endless Transcendent. Divinity is going to kill Tia for us. In retrospect, we could probably actually use some Ember. Okay, I have concerns about this floor. And those concerns are, we have a whole bunch of damage shields. Can we... So every damage shield I break, that's a guy that swings and dies to spikes. So yes, that will solve that problem. Armor up some more. And I guess just put down a Welder Helper. We can't play our Endless Transcendent, but we should very quickly draw back into it. Get rid of Spiky Boy. Are you a Harvest Wave? You are not. So I'm going to go ahead and play you. Oh, you are a Harvest Wave. Well, screw me, right? Not that I think we have anything to worry about from armor. Okay. We don't. And I'm going to go ahead and just put some damage into you as a safety measure. Okay. Transcendent. Transcendent. Goodbye, Spiky Boy. Go ahead and put a bit of damage into you. Seems okay. And I would like to go ahead and consume this torch. And additionally, I could get another welder helper down. That always seems good. Oh, I miscounted. That's on me. Not that it matters, because we have the kill already. Dang, I might miss my all-time spike record on account of killing Divinity too quickly, but that's the nature of the beast. Divinity is gonna hit fade. $59.7. Final score, 460 spikes. Seems good. Well, that was certainly a run. I had a good time. Hope you did. And I hope you learned something. But this was a kind of a bizarre run because we had the X5. We spammed welder helpers instead of going with the tried and true. Get an endless welder helper and dupe him. And then, of course, Transcendent showed up and just made the run absolutely ridiculous. But I think this should be informative nonetheless. And thank you for joining in. I will see you next time.